Hey there, welcome to a new video. Today we are talking about a new reverb plugin which just got released on Saturday. It's called Hikari and I've been using it a lot in a project I've been working on the last couple of days. Hikari isn't just the typical reverb plugin we all know. It obviously has the standard reverb features like the mix, the diffusing, the decay, the pre-delay and so on, but it also comes with really cool and unique stuff. And I would say before we see what the individual knobs do, let's just have a look at what it sounds like. So I've just loaded in a saw wave really quick, and then we have the Hikari plugin, which now sounds like this. Also later I will show in context examples. Basically I've been using the Hikari sound on almost every atmospheric element right here because it's the perfect new reverb plugin for creating really nice and dense atmospheres. Let's just go through the presets really quick. We have the ambient category. You can already hear what's happening. The signal is being more delayed, on the first one at least, and the second one is a little bit more muffled. And it also comes with some detuning, which is cool. We also have some darker ones. I really like the darker still one. This one is pretty sick. Great for long atmospheres. Then we have some shorter ones, small callback. But yeah, I think you kind of get an idea what it does. Okay, let me load in a new instance of Hikari really quick, and then we will move some knobs here and there to see what the knobs are doing. So this is the default preset as I showed before. Then we can increase the decay, make the signal longer. And then there's knobs like the anomaly, the topology, and the phantoms. And when we move the phantoms knob, you notice we get a different timbre of the reverb. Now sounds lower, so it changes the tonality, the tone. It's kind of cool to quickly get the reverb, the desired tone you are looking for. And then we can also introduce anomaly and topology and move this map in the center. And how I understood this, I'm not 100% sure, is that this causes some randomization in the reverb generation. Because it's also dependent from the other knobs here. Let's increase some more stuff. Illusion is also pretty sick. This is what I mean. We can create really weird atmospheres. Free delay, of course, width is pretty cool. Diffusing, detune. And there's also a freezing feature, and you can change the pattern, like for example, prime, or to cluster, linear, which plays a different reflection. Then there's the reverb tail damping toggle, which is also kind of cool because this thing works like a sequencer for the reverb tail. So you can design the reverb tail and give it some automation by clicking on these two knobs, for example, and then decide how it's being modulated. And yeah, here you can hear what I mean, I think. When we do it on the mix. Do you hear? So basically like an automation for the reverb tail, and you can go really crazy with this. Let's try a cluster. It sounds a bit different. It's really cool with the exponential pattern. And then you can also do some damping here. Basically like an EQ. We can even go crazier with it in context. And before I will break it down, let's quickly hear what my creation sounds like. And every time you hear a washed out signal, a reverb signal, I've been using Hikari for it. So let's have a quick look at the project. Yeah, and this is basically just the intro for a tearout dubstep song I'm currently working on. And now I will quickly show how I've been using Hikari. I think the most dominant sound here is this one, which was a resampled sound I made somehow. And it sounded like this. I did some weird warping on this, I think. And then I just took the first half of it and did a bunch of processing with snappy, some distortion basically, some more saturation, and some corpus. So now it would sound like this. No reverb, just a muddy thing basically. And when we use Hikari on it, you can turn it into a really dark and atmospheric pad sound. And with a really long decay. And it sounds really threatening. And the cool thing is, it's not stable, it changes all the time. It's really cool for this really heavy and dark atmospheric thing right here. And there's also this sound. Also just some noise with some reverb on it to create some more tension. And then there's this melody thing, which would sound like this. Without Hikari. So the reverb really creates a cool feel in it. It's not the typical washy, noisy reverb we know. It's really soft in this case and perfectly fits the context. And then I did some frequency shifting here to turn it into something really dark melody thing, which I then resampled and turned it into this just for the background. And then I also ran it a different layer, which is this one. So just Hikari on the sound we already used Hikari on to make it even wetter. And here I just played around with the gating here to create some movement in the sound and to create a really nice heady texture. And also this map is moving. I'm honest, I haven't quite understood what this does, but I think it also causes or creates a different tone. But it's really fun to play around with. Yeah, and then I had this sound, on which I just did some more processing and some compression and the typical stuff. We also had these stabby things, which use the Hikari reverb again, without and with. And it's really clean. It doesn't feel abrupt. It always blends in really smoothly with the original sound. With some additional delay. And with the Hikari, I'm also modulating the phantoms here and some other stuff. As you also can see here in the automation clips. I think this was just a render where also Hikari was involved. We have this choir thing. Which also just adds the perfect amount of reverb which was required for this texture. Also on choirs it sounds really good. Makes it really dystopian and creates a perfect ambience. I've also used it on some basses, without and with. Works really great for the transition here. And I've been using the box standard preset for this. I think you got a nice impression of what this plugin is capable of. So it's really, really nice for creating atmospheres and turning sounds into the right context. For example, in this intro atmospheric dystopian thing I've been working on right now. That's it for today's video. Let me know what you think of Hikari in the comments. Also shout out to Lazy.io for sending me a license of this plugin to review it. It was really, really fun playing around with it, and I will definitely use it in this project again, and also in more melodic contexts definitely. There's also a demo version on the page. You can try it out if you want. With that being said, thank you for watching, have a great day, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.